As y'all know, I'm in Japan, so background too. I just sit on the floor. But anyways, can you hear me, Amanda?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Cool. So we're having a little bestie chat because we talk about this all. Well, I talk about this to my best friend, and it's like I feel like we don't bring it to online, and we should just bring it to online because I badger her with all this information all the time, and she has a good opinion on it. Um, but I have not talked about Stefan Diggs and Cardi as much as I want to because why do you want to shed light on a terrible situation? You know what I mean? Why do you want to talk about something that is so gruesome? But I decided for the sanity of many black girls that I'm just gonna talk about it. I don't care. This is so strange the way that a lot of black girls that I know are acting. A lot of girls from the Bronx, a lot of girls from Brooklyn, they love to support Cardi B. Meanwhile, they still live at home with their parents, right? Make that make sense. Like I live at home with my parent and I'm getting out, but still it's just like you live at home with your parents. You don't have any plans on moving out. You don't really see a future for yourself. You're not ambitious, but yet you look up to somebody who drugged people and got strippers jumped just because they slept with her man. And I think it's interesting because a lot of people are hypocrites and Cardi B is a hypocrite herself. I think Cardi B is in support of MAGA. She just shows it in a different way. She chose the NFL. Nicki Minaj chose the convention. That's true. A lot of people think that Cardi B is on your side, but she's not. There's another thing where Cardi B in the past is a clip where she has said she was not going to go to the Super Bowl until Colin Kaepernick is back. And she said it in a laughing manner. I think truly she just doesn't want to go because she will never, ever be asked to perform. They don't like her. Don't nobody like her. No one's going to ask her to perform. They are going to halt right there. That is where her stardom stops. You could go to Dubai. You could do all that other stuff. But Jay-Z is like, absolutely not. We're not, no. We only have people who are real talented individuals, musicians. We're not going to have reality TV stars. Point blank period.
Sure.
That's just how the Super Bowl works. I'm not a fan of football because y'all know I believe it to be slavery. The black men are racist and they're nasty individuals. I don't like it. But what I will say is that you have someone who said Cardi B who said she was never gonna go. And then all of a sudden you see a clip of her talking about we are going to the Super Bowl as if she put in work with him to do that, when she did absolutely nothing, which is weird. I'm like, it's weird. And at the end of the day, Cardi B will never have self worth or be worth anything to a man because all the men that she's been around, including the one from Love and Hip Hop, the one that cheated on his girlfriend with Cardi, she threw a shoe at her and was nasty to her. But at the end of the day, do you realize Cardi stays getting cheated on? This individual stays getting cheated on. They've never ever had a man that actually
A
just
real
had sex with
relationship.
her. Not a single
Mhm.
man has had sex with only Cardi and has found Cardi B to be the prime one. You're the only one. She's never going to have that feeling. She's never going to get that feeling. And nobody cares about that at the end of the day. But she makes other females feel like she's one. She throws shoes at people. She throws bottles at people. She's yelling, cursing. For what? For what? And the reason why I'm talking about this is not to just hate on Cardi B. I could care less. Like, she is so nasty of an individual. Like, she's disgusting. She is the bottom of my shoe walking through New York City Times Square. She is rat's ass nasty. But my point is that there's a lot of black girls that have respect for her or follow her and this stupid delusion in their head. And I'm like, this person does not like you. This person would hire if her man allegedly even looked at you, she would hire people to beat your ass just because you're a pretty black girl. When I saw that clip of her throwing a shoe on Love and Hip Hop at that pretty dark skinned girl, that did not make me feel good. And I saw in the comments all these people talking about, I love Cardi. She's so funny. She's so funny. What is so funny about that? That beautiful black girl was just sitting there on the couch. The situation was the producer who was working with Cardi B slept with her. That's all she is. She's just sex to people, right? So the guy slept with her. He's an idiot. He's an asshole for that. And his relationship was broken up. And he apologized to his girlfriend, but at the end of the day, Cardi B throws herself onto men. She puts her fake butt onto men. Men have no respect for themselves. She sees it and she goes into that. She was a stripper. So that mindset is always going to be there. But what I don't like is a lot of females saying that they have respect for this individual when there's literally women that have kids, can't afford Pampers, can't afford milk, can't afford nothing, have to leave their kids in the car while they go to the grocery store. Then they get all caught up, arrested by the police, have to steal from the grocery store. Y'all have no respect for women like that are just trying to survive, but you have respect for Cardi B, somebody who's beating up women. And
Mm,
Cardi B is stupid, but she's smart in the way that she scams. She hired someone else to beat up those black girls. Now, if those black girls were light skinned, Latino, or Asian or white, I don't think those girls would have gotten beat up or hired people to beat them up. I'm like, what type of stripper is this? Like, come on. Like, come get it together. I don't get how you have respect for a stripper like that, but that's my opinion. Um, and the whole NFL thing, the fact that she feels it's great for this guy to go to the NFL Super Bowl. I'm like, first of all, you didn't do nothing, and then secondly, he don't even like your kids. So what's the point? What's the point? Why would I want to be a man that around a man who, let's say allegedly, whatever, we know what that means, who doesn't like my kids?
'cause she don't
She's
like
had
her
to
kids.
share everything her entire life. So for people to say you have respect for her, I hope you get cheated on every single day and dogged out just like her. I don't want to be friends with you. I don't. That black girl sat on that couch and was very fucking pretty. And she got a shoe thrown at her. And this whole meme, what's the reason? What's the reason? You think it's fun? That's not a funny meme to me. When you know the backstory of it, it's not funny. I
Right.
digress. But yeah,
No, it's very true. Can you hear me,
I'm
by
eating
the
my
way?
pastry. Huh?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, and I was talking about this with you before. I really think that a lot of people get this word respect confused with how they really feel about this situation. I don't think that anybody truly respects Cardi B. As I said to you, I think that this is about pity. This is about feeling bad for something that somebody has gone through in their life and the place that she kind of came from. That a
Mhm.
lot of these girls can relate to, especially if you're from the Bronx, like you just being in a place of disadvantage or like having an abusive family or abusive home life and turning to stripping, turning to ex work, turning to all this stuff. Like people feel bad for her and think that she's gotten somewhere because of her money. However, the problem is that I think they also relate to being a baby mother. They relate to people cheating on them. They relate to all these things and they conflate that with respect when it's really like, no, you've just had the same issues in your life or you feel bad for this person. However, that doesn't make her a good person. She's never really shown herself to be caring towards other people. She's never shown herself to be empathetic. She's never shown herself to be anything else but somebody that uses, either drugs or sex to manipulate other people because that is her line of work. And I agree with you that, she still has this stripper mindset. I don't think that will ever go anywhere because she's not a healed person, which is why she is so aggressive towards everybody that she feels threatens her livelihood, threatens her just her life or her personality or the black people that she's making money off of. Like, eh, her whole, like, shtick is basically, not accepting that she was black in the beginning, now basically making a living off of that, and that's the whole problem is that people are too quick to give grace to individuals like this just because they're in the community, and I don't think that it makes it any better because she is basically getting away with doing these things that other people can't really be doing. Um, and I just yeah, that's my hand, sorry. I have a green screen on. I forgot. Um, but yeah, I just think it's just not she herself is not a good person, is not a role model, which is why I think it's weird. Like people just kind of want like they want to have a competition. They want to believe like, oh, when it's either Nicki or Cardi, it's a conversation about who is better, who should I pick, which side should I be on. There is no side. There is no side. Like this shouldn't be about sides. It should just be about facts. what have both of them done that, is bad or good? And there's plenty of things that each of them has done that are bad, so it's like, it makes no sense to, you know, choose a side. It literally makes no sense. And it's just illogical, and I think that people really, are lost in this idea that money makes you a good person, especially when it's this much money, and how you get it as well. Like, it's like you suddenly forget how people get things. However, if you were on the other side of how Cardi B gets her money, you would feel very wronged. You would feel terrible about yourself. You would probably be beat up. You'd probably be sued. Like, you'd be all these things. And people don't wanna see that there are victims to how people like this get their money, you know?
I agree with that. And I'm glad that you talk about that because for me, what bothers me is just seeing Black women look up to Cardi B. I have no
Mhm.
clue why you're looking up to somebody who complain like she's such a hypocrite in every single sector of her life, which is confusing. Maybe she's just dumb, but it's like you talk about, oh,
Yeah.
Offset, you such a cheater. I'm done with the cheating. I'm done with the cheating. I hate Offset. I hate you. Yelling, saying he's a terrible stalker. He's aggressive, this and that. Like you saying all this stuff about Offset, but I'm like, Stefan literally had a baby by like five people on you in front of your face. I don't care if his arms around you at the football stadium. I don't care if he's taking pictures with you. It's insane to me. And I think that Chef was right. There's a circus going on here. Like with Cardi B, there is a mental circus going on in her household. We don't know. And I can't stand when people are like, well, she could hire nannies. Who cares? Trump was raised by nannies and he's a piece of shit. I don't care if he's the president or not. People are dying in this country because of Trump. They're dying right now because of ICE. So you think I care? Like I still have some morals. I'm not gonna care. Money can be made any type of way. You don't need to have
Mhm.
a scarcity mindset thinking that you're never gonna make money again because you're not being evil. You don't have to be evil.
Right.
Obama was also a thing. So you don't have to be evil. We're just in a shit show of a country right now. And Meg the Stallion went on that conservative, whatever that was, seminar and sat there and talked like a
You mean
clown.
Nikki?
She did that. But
You mean
Cardi
Nikki.
B is also a MAGA clown and she's at the NFL with an abusive nigga. And
You meant
Stefan
Nikki.
Diggs is not cute. Stefan Diggs, like I feel like it's interesting. Like we've had so much proof. Seeing him have the drugs on the boat, that little pink bag on the boat with all the light skinned and racially ambiguous women, all that on the boat. Like all of a sudden, it's okay for her to be around. Like it's so interesting how things are okay for her if they are light skinned or white. Then it's okay to give them some drugs, have sex with them on your boat, and do whatever you need to do to get off. Also, it's like, where are your kids? You on a boat doing drugs with this nigga. Where are your kids? Like, this is what I mean. I'm like, a nanny don't mean nothing. This is embarrassing. You complain. She complains so much about Offset. Like, there's women that are like this, and I can't stand Black women that are like this. You complain so much about Offset. Meanwhile, this person is having sex with women in front of your face. Like, Stefan Diggs is the same as Cardi B. They are the same person. They can drug and beat people up together. That is why it works. For Offset, he did not include Cardi B in the sex. He would do what he want, he would leave. He showed her that you are beyond not enough. I could find another stripper in 2 seconds. You're easy. Like that's what I feel like Cardi B doesn't get, and that's why her self-esteem is so crap. And she comes after girls that have good self-esteem. She really does. Like only thing that people want to use her for is sex. Like, think about how is that a fun life? Like, I feel like people don't even understand that. That's not a fun life to live, where all you are is sex to everybody and replaceable, beyond replaceable. So I think Stefan Diggs and Cardi B are the same exact person, and not nobody, a lot of people don't want to see it because it's not directly said. The traces are there. Cardi B sent people to beat people up because she also can't fight, but she sent people to beat those Black girls up. And then she also likes to have sex with all these women for the sake of a man. Like STDs are real and they don't tell you what they got, but we know they probably got something. And I think that's why she goes so hard when Tasha K has something to say. Anyways, that's my opinion. I get very confused when black girls are very nasty towards other black girls who don't support Cardi B. I'm like, you look like a clown.
Mhm. Um, I just wanna clarify as well, you meant Nicki Minaj, not Meg Thee Stallion.
Oh,
Um
sorry.
It's okay. But what's it called? I agree. I think that there's like 2 to 3 different, like, phenomena that's happening in this situation with minorities that support, especially Black women who support, Cardi B, or just people who support Cardi B. One, it's like a complete ignorance thing of you don't do your research and you've just heard music, you're not socially inept, like, you're just not socially adept to anything. You because a lot of women that we've talked to have not heard the nasty things that she said about Black women, have not they're not socially literate, which is, like, fine, whatever. But you have to remember if that's the case for you, and then you finally hear, something happen, you know,
That's the thing. I don't blame her for mixing Meg and Nicki. Meg, Nicki, and Cardi. I feel like they make the same type of music, so that's probably why I got confused. Sorry about that.
um the thing is though, like, once you hear about something that she said or about something that a celebrity that you like has said or done to someone, change your mind. Like, you're allowed to change your mind about how you feel about somebody and still, like, understand, hey, maybe you like their music, but they're not a good person. 2 things can be true at once. Not that anybody's really liking Cardi B's music right now. But, and the second thing that's happening as well, is a whole, like there's a phenomenon with women being apologists for, and I'm talking about specifically Stefan Diggs, apologists for, misogynistic men, and I think that the problem as well is the fact that a lot of these women feel, especially even with colorist men, and it'd be dark-skinned women, it'd be anybody who be liking people like Chris Brown, any of these men that would not respect them at all because they don't respect themselves. They have a problem with thinking, supporting these men, going to their concerts, giving them grace about when they beat up women and how they treat women that look like them. They have a problem with that because, deep down, I think that they want acceptance from these type of men. They seek some type of validation from these men, which these men don't even know they exist, but there's something mentally wrong there, to think that you need to seek acceptance from men that hate you, actively, openly hate you, or people like you. I think that's a really big problem, and it's a problem of, like, some women feel it maybe they have a personal trauma with this or with colorism, or they have a personal trauma with, like, abusive relationships with men, or thinking that you can fix men as well, like thinking it'll make you special if this person somehow chooses you or thinks that you're different or changes their ways because of you. Like, it's a power trip. It's something that's mentally wrong with people rather than stepping away and realizing that you can't change people like this. This is not your duty to change people, to make people not feel this way. It's not your job and it's not up to you. Um and then there's also, people who are, I think, just like her, who are relate to her and what she's gone through, and think that, their life is a reflection of her life, and that they look up to people who are capitalistic, just monsters and greedy people who, step on other people to make their money. They think that people with money are automatically good people or just people when that's absolutely the opposite of the case of the time, so I just think that there's, like, several things that go on in these people's minds because a lot of people think like, "Oh, well, she's worked so hard to get here, she's blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "No, she went through the trenches to get here and exploit herself and other people. That's not You should not have to do that for money." And I think as well, it's important to note that there are so many other women, especially Black women, in media, in music, that are we should look up to, that we should talk about. Cardi B is like, what is she helping anybody anybody with? Like, what in even in her self-esteem, she does not have self-esteem herself, clearly. She's not okay with how she looks. So, what is she teaching her kids? What is she
Thank you,
teaching young
Pancakes
people?
sent 100 something, which is like one ruby, but thank you. I do
Cool.
appreciate that. Sorry I cut you off.
No, it's okay. But it's like, what is she teaching her kids? What is she teaching young people that are listening to her music? What is she teaching anybody? Truly, like, what is she teaching people? What does her music actually do for people? When has she ever done something for people? When has she ever, I don't know, bought a homeless person a house, done something? When has she ever done anything? Never. And I think that could be said for a lot of people's favorites in music industry, like, you could say that about a lot of people, and sadly, the thing that I hear the brokest people say all the time is, "It's their money, why should they give it away to people like us?" Like, you sound so stupid right now. Like, I always hear the brokest people say that you can't tell rich people what to do with their money, but you're broke. You're literally broke right now. Like, I just think it's crazy to me that people are so, especially broke people, poor people, are indoctrinated to feel like rich people are perfectly fine with what they're doing, and they have this, insane amount of wealth that they honestly should not have, and they don't help anybody else out. And I think it's crazy because there are rich people or wealthy people who do help people out. There's even like nepo babies, like I would say, Willow and Jaden Smith actually do stuff for other people, and they're younger than all of these people combined. And they've actually done things for people, and they're nepo babies, they're whatever. You can say whatever you want about them, but at least they do social programs, they do something, they talk about issues, they're not racist, they do all this stuff, and they have empathy for people. It's very different, and that's why you can't really find anybody that hates them. They might say they're a nepo baby, but what else can you say about their life? They've never hurt anybody. So it's like there are very 2 different types of rich people, I feel like, and there are people who either exploit or people who are, they're from this lifestyle, whatever, and they've learned that it's a privilege. Like, you can either use your privilege as a rich person to help other people, or you exploit other people and just be greedy, and that's what she is, unfortunately. And I think people need to stop putting these people on a pedestal and thinking that just because they're capitalistic and rich and you wish you were rich does not mean that they're a good person, or you should listen to what they have to say, or listen to their music, stream their music, support them, whatever. You shouldn't.
I agree with that. That's why I feel like whenever I have commentary, people don't want to listen because I'm not walking around with a Fendi bag like listen to me. Like it's very hard creating content that is super meaningful and feeling like nobody listens because I'm not showing them glamour. I'm not showing them fakeness. I'm not showing them what a credit card could buy. I'm not doing that for nobody. I'm doing what I want to do with my money and having a good time and then talking about serious topics that I love to talk about. I love to relate to women that see what is happening and they may feel scared to talk about it, just how I felt scared, right? And they don't, excuse me, but then they hear me talk about it and they're like, wow, like a breath of fresh air. Somebody's seeing the same thing. Someone has the same experience. I'm not going crazy because that's how it felt. It felt like I was going crazy with some of my like acquaintances when I would see them post things about Stefan Diggs and Cardi B and even like somebody told me to listen to Cardi B's music. They were like, "Oh girl, just listen to Cardi B's music and do what you want to do." No, I could do what I want to do and not listen to her music. Why do you think her music is female liberation? No, it's not. No, it's not.
Mhm.
The one song that I've only and ever liked by Cardi B, which was because of Meg the Stallion, was WAP. I don't
Yeah.
have you can look through my entire playlist. You are not going to find Cardi B. I just have WAP. I love how Meg Thee Stallion was on that. I felt like it was women freedom and women choice. But then after a while, it was like you could see Cardi and Meg even separated. Like you could tell that they went different directions. Cardi B went the MAGA route. Meg is like F all that. Nobody wants to work with Cardi B, really. Who wants to work with her? Nobody. She's a terrible artist, but that's besides the point. I feel like colorism, I feel like sex has gotten her places, and that's all you can say. Don't say it's talent. A lot of people want to talk about, oh, it's talent, it's talent. It's not talent. Sex just got her this job. Sex work is a thing, but you should just say it and you shouldn't be disrespectful to people who aren't doing what you're doing, if that makes sense. That's the one thing I don't like. Don't be disrespectful just because someone's not doing what you're doing. That don't make no sense. That makes no sense. Like leave somebody alone just because they're trying to have a good life, take the high road out and just chill. You know what I mean? Some people are just trying to chill and you need to leave them alone and let them be. But yeah, it's
Mhm.
frustrating. It definitely is frustrating when it comes to dating as well. Like I see how men move. I see the misogyny. I'm an adult and I interact with these individuals and I'm like, "Oh, you must have thought you got some pick me Latina. That's not me. That's not gonna happen here." And I see too how, there's been two men that were very, very dark that I've talked to at one point. One of them I slept with, one of them I didn't. And it's just interesting. They both decided when they were down and out to date a Latin woman and to use their money. And then it's interesting because they will always keep trying to come back to the black woman. And I'm just like, yeah, no, goodbye. Learn my lesson the first time. Like I'm allowed to learn. Women are allowed to learn. I feel like when it comes to Cardi B, she doesn't want women to learn. She does not want you to learn. She does not want you to have some respect. She does not want you to have self worth. I am ready for what I really want to happen, which I don't think it will. I want the Patriots to lose. I hope that, he twists an ankle. For real. That's just how I feel. I hope that, Cardi B's tour is trash. That most likely will happen. Stefan Diggs they might win the Super Bowl, but I think definitely Cardi B's it's gonna be trash. It's going to be
Of
trash
course.
ass buckets. But I just don't want to see people saying, look, they're winning. And it's like they're not winning. It's just a game of stupidity that they do win. They win the dumbest people. But I just personally don't like seeing Cardi B throw shoes at people, throw things, and it's for no reason. If there was a justification for it, I'd be like, okay, yeah. But there is no justification for what Cardi B does when she's throwing shoes at people and like even seeing it, like when she was on stage and she threw that bottle like that, like you should have seen the in her like it seemed like an abusive dad. It seemed like a
Mhm.
nasty, abusive, like Negro dad. I'm gonna say it right, a drunk when you just see the rage that engulfs in her in the way she be throwing stuff at people, it's not normal. It's not like, oh, like I'm about to just, I'm about to defend myself. It's like she thinks she's above those people and they deserve to be hit. And that I don't know where she learned that from, but that's not no New York
Men,
City shit. That is something that's some gutter shit. I don't know where she learned that. Maybe she learned it in the strip club where they smack each other around, but that's not
basically.
normal.
Yeah. I mean, that is though, like, where like, to understand Cardi B, you have to understand where she came from, her background, being a stripper, like, it is relevant to who she is today because she's still living in that mindset as if she is a stripper. Like,
Yes.
and for strippers, like, you are constantly thinking about the scarcity of your own money because it is not confirmed whether or not you don't have a salary. Like, it is not c you have to do so many things that you probably did not even sign up for in that job when you become a stripper because automatically you're expected to do things that you, should not be doing even as a stripper. So she is still in that mindset because that's all she is not healed from that. So when it comes to even fighting people and thinking that she's defending her money, defending herself, defending her, her family, her whatever, like or defending her pimps, like she will go all out because she is very like to be in that place is to be constantly on edge, constantly violent, constantly aggressive because that is what that space is. Like it's not nice to be a stripper. It is not comfortable, it's not cozy, it's not sweet, it's not nice. Like it is a very evil, misogynistic, violent place and dangerous place for women. And you're constantly in that mindset of like somebody is looking to steal from me, somebody is looking to take my time on the stage, to replace me, to get a bigger ass than me, to like it is constantly competition, competition, competition. And that is why she does not like women because she sees every woman as competition. Because to her, the world, the entertainment industry is the stripping stage. That's what it is. It's the locker room, it's the stripping stage. That's all she sees. So when she looks at other women, especially women who haven't chosen to go down the path that she went to get money and exploit themselves, like if you got a college degree, she probably hates you because there's some part in her that did not want to do this. I don't care how many times like somebody will say, "Yeah, I love stripping." Like it is still traumatizing to be in those situations with those type of men. It's traumatizing. It messes up your brain. It messes up how you think about relationships. Clearly, like we see how she deals with relationships. They're not real. They're transactional, they're sexual, um, and they don't respect her because it isn't a real relationship. It's more so about you're a pimp, I'm your, I'm this for you. I'm this, I'll do what you ask, blah blah blah. We can pretend all we want, but it's never going to end well. So that's her problem. She hasn't left the strip club mentally. She hasn't.
I agree with that. I think it's an interesting topic. I want to do more videos about this. I know it's getting late, but I'm really thankful that you came in and had a chat because it's so hard to just talk about this and have one perspective. Also, I get a little heated because it really is sad to me to see black girls worship people because this is Cardi B about Cardi B and Stefan worship people who hate them and unjustable hate too. Like you did nothing. You are a beautiful black girl. And this is the one thing I want to say for Tiana Taylor and Cardi B. I don't like when they say brown girls. When they say
Mm,
brown girls, it's because they want to get the money from everybody. That's not black
mhm.
girls. Tiana Taylor, I'm ashamed of her at this point because how you not gonna say black girls? Why did you say brown? There was no need to say brown. When people say brown, it's trying to cover everybody, but more so trying to be like, I'm not only talking about black girls because I know I'm going to get fired if I talk about black girls. Like, that's an issue. If you know that, you should be standing up against it. But a lot of women who have these threesomes, you notice how they say brown. You notice women who sexually exploit themselves with their husbands have said brown. Tiana Taylor and Cardi B, they both said brown, right? They're both sexually active. They're both out there like that and they said brown girls. Something about that is triggering to me because it doesn't mean black girl. It does not.
Mhm.
I don't like when people say brown girls when they're trying to insinuate I'm talking about black girls. Like, no, you just afraid that, the white people are not going to support you anymore. You're not going to get the awards that you get. And I don't think Tiana Taylor deserved that award. I didn't even watch that movie of somebody being pregnant,
No,
and holding a weapon for what? I didn't watch it. How did that
it
win?
was
I didn't.
weird.
Sinners made
But
sense. Sinners
I
made
agree with
sense.
you. I agree
I
with
don't
you.
understand how
Mm.
Tiana Taylor, and this is no shade. Like everybody was like, oh, hating on the black girl. No, I'm really not hating on a black girl. I'm really confused.
I agree. And also, okay, that movie,
I didn't see it.
this I didn't watch it either, but my problem was that I just felt like it was so like I don't want to say stereotypical, but I feel like it paints her in a very bad stereotypical light. Like you're a pregnant black woman, like with this fucking AK-47. You have this mixed kid with Leo DiCaprio who would never date you because he only dates white teenagers. Like it's laughable, honestly. Like it's so weird. It's such a weird concept, and I thought the whole movie was just strange, and I didn't want to pay attention to it. And when they won something, I was like, yeah, well, obviously this is rigged. Like
It's
like
rigged.
I just think it's rigged. But I agree with you in the whole Browns, like, because I hear some people. The only people I ever hear say that are like sellouts. Like I just think that a lot, and she's also a nepo baby, so I feel like whenever Teyana Taylor does something, I just don't feel like she's deserved it just because I feel like her family, she has been set up for life by her family. She's never really I don't know, I think some of her music is cool, but I don't think that she would be able to make that good music without her family. Like she would literally or her connections, like she would never. She would never, and I just think she's only doing it now because it's like, okay, you have nothing else to do. Like that's what it feels like. Um but yeah, I don't know. And also because she's not in that relationship anymore with what's his name, so I just feel like she's boring now. She feels like she needs to do something else. So she's like, let me be an actor, let me be a singer, let me do this, let me do that. Like she's doing everything. fine, whatever. But I just think it's interesting. I don't like when people start saying that because it feels very exclusionary. Like you're not saying like I agree with you. They're not saying black girls for a reason. If you were proud, like that's like saying brown lives matter. Who who says who says that, first of all? And also that would mean something different in that context, like, that wouldn't even be talking about black people, that would be talking about, like, Asian people, South Asian people, you know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't make sense. So, I just think it's weird when they start saying these things, it's because I agree, they're either scared of, like, their companies taking some kinda sponsorship or money away from them, or, like I mean, these people have money, so they shouldn't be scared in the first place, which is what's laughable. So it's really just greed, and it has to do with, like, you're a sellout because
And the people they
anybody
hang
who
around. I feel like they
Yes.
hang around a lot of Latinas, ambiguously
Mhm,
Asian, whatever. They hang around these people and they want to include them in it. They wanna let them
mhm,
say nigga. They wanna include them in it. They when you're
right.
around people, you start to have empathy. No lie. I've experienced it before where I started thinking that like when you're around somebody and you like you know the people that okay, so baddies. I haven't watched it, but I saw the clip of Gretch. For some reason, Tinka's dumb butt thought it was relatable because she hangs around her, she knows her, she likes Gretch, right? That's what I'm gonna assume. She probably finds her as a friend on the show. She probably finds her as like a sweet person, maybe. That's her Tinka's relationship. So Tinka stood up for Gretch just because she had a really you don't even understand like the bias that you have. Like you are standing up for this person because you know them. And then that's when Suki
Mhm,
Hana, which I love her, I don't care. She came around and said, no, she not black. No, she can't say nigga. And because the men that she F with be calling us all types of dog shit names, I don't like it. And then Tinka's like, oh yeah, right. It's almost as if she forgot. Like you see how you
right.
forget because
Yes,
you're around
yes.
these people like Evelyn Lozada, you're in the LA, you're like Shawneese types, like you're in LA, you're with these type of people. You have a friend, a black, say you're a black friend, right? You have a black man friend and I'm a black man, right? Let's say that. And I have a black guy friend and he's always dating Latinas, he's getting them pregnant, he's dogging them out. And this is my friend. I am going to stick up.
Give them
That
grace.
could be like if you know my bestie here was like that. I'm going to stick up for them. Not saying that's right.
Mhm,
I'm just saying if I'm not mature enough and grown enough to make other friends, I'm gonna stick up for them. I'm gonna stick up for them. I'm gonna be by their side. Like, yo, you know what? I know you. He wrong for that, but I still support him. That's my guy. That's what you. That's my guy. I still support him,
right.
knowing damn well he's a racist. You know what I
Mhm,
mean? Like it's that mental. That's why I don't like when people say brown. I'm like, you're saying that because of experiences you had in the celebrity world. It's not because light skinned people are better. It's not because Asian women are better. It's not because white women, it's not because Latina, like Hispanic women are better. It's not because they're better. It's just societally have been ingrained in a generation where these women are put into the mix. They've been put into
mhm,
the mix. That's it. It's unfortunate, but it always ends the same. I love Cat Williams. It always ends the same.
mhm,
Every single scenario, they will take all your money. Rightfully so, take the money you need, but still, it's never enough for them because they don't have their own job. When you are relying on someone else's income, like for your entire life, but not even being humble, like these girlies don't be humble and just, get you a little Prius, get you a little apartment, just chill. No, it's get a Bentley, it's get $1 million, $2 million home. Like it's too much. And they always end up having to go to court to fight, to fight, to fight for this money. But that's just my opinion on Brown. It's because of the people they hang around. They don't want to offend them. Because if you say black, I bet somebody in the audience that they mess with, their producer is gonna be like, she didn't shout me out. She only shouted out the black girls. They're gonna feel some type of way.
mhm. Which is crazy too, because it is also about, kind of getting the largest audience and the most money that you can get, but doing that makes you lose your integrity as any type of artist, and notice how the most popular artists, actors, black actresses are very proud of their blackness. They will always be the most, important people or notable people or well-liked people in society for anybody in entertainment, like, for us, people who are watching them, people who are listening to them. People will never really have that much shit to say about them because they just have integrity. If you have integrity, it will always show, to anybody that's watching you. You may not
I
get
agree. It
all
reminds
of
me of Doechii, and I'm glad Doechii talked
Yes.
about regretting her BBL. That's the only thing that always got me with her. I'm glad she talked
Mhm.
about regretting it. I do think she would have still been successful. I do think
Yeah,
she could do it. I think she could have still did this if she didn't get a BBL. I don't care what no one says. I think she could have still been as successful without it. I think she could have.
because she was already popular before she had it,
I didn't
because
even
she
notice
just
her BBL. That's not
is a
why I even
talented
watch her
person.
stuff. Like I'm listening to
Yeah.
her lyrics. I'm not even like looking at her butt ever.
Yeah. Also because she never really, like, talked how some people be, like, showing it off, but she never really, she was very quiet. But yeah, I just feel like, when people have integrity as an artist, like, it will always show and stand the test of time for people. You may not get every single, offer in entertainment that you might expect from people, especially from maybe the biggest companies that are the most corrupt. However, you know, um, you will get partnerships that are built off of integrity that will last you way longer for people that actually support you for what you stand up for. And that is way more influential and important for people nowadays than anything else. Like, nobody likes a sellout. Look at Snoop Dogg right now. Look at, like, Pharrell. I like that people are side-eyeing Pharrell and suing him for, like, the things that he's done to Black people or people that he's collaborated with and stolen money from. Like, there's a reason why he has more money and is more notable than any of these people that he's worked with because he's just corrupt. And there's no way that you can get that rich without being a jerk or exploiting somebody that you're working with, unfortunately. So I just think that we need more people that are in this space that are going to keep their integrity. And there are
Yeah, I
people who are
agree with you.
doing that.
Even this is news to me. What you're saying, sorry to cut you off. This is
Mhm.
news to me. And I'm like, wow, I'm gonna go look into that. I believe it. I'm not being like,
Yeah.
man, I love that man's song, which I do. I like some of his songs, but I'm not
Yeah.
thinking about, you know what? I'm gonna combat what she's saying and say it's not true because I wanna vibe to his you can vibe to his music. I still listen to old
Yes.
Kanye West Love Locked Down. Like that is my jam. But you can
Yes.
acknowledge that
Yes.
you don't support that man today. You don't.
Yep.
It's okay to grow, to mature. It's okay to even know that
Mhm.
that person maybe back then they weren't even like this. Maybe we don't know. Maybe that
Yeah.
not saying it is the case for many. I'm just saying it can happen where they just change. It seems
I
like
agree.
for me, Cardi B goes with wherever the wind blows. The fact that there's clips of her saying, I'm not going to the NFL until Colin Kaepernick goes. She was just saying that I think to combat with the fact that they were clowning her for never being able to sing at the Super Bowl or whatever, but to rap at the Super Bowl. But she said it. She said that. And then to be like, we're going to the Super Bowl is crazy. That's crazy work. And that's because she's going where she can get some money, where she can get. Because think about it. If she was not with Stefan Diggs and if Stefan wasn't with her, what else does she have? Like, no one else would be talking about her. She wouldn't, like, it's like, girl, you should be sitting up there, like, doing your own thing. But she feels like it's such an accomplishment to get back at Offset so bad. Offset, in my opinion, I've said this from day one, is still winning. He has 3 children. 3 children that is shared with you for the rest of your life, and you have to see him. You probably are gonna have sex with him. You think you're not, but you will. Them baby daddies come around and they have sex with you and they use you and then they go on about their business because they can. You have 3 children. It's embarrassing. Offset did win. I'm not even a supporter of Offset. He's a colorist. He's a bigot. He's ugly. He's the worst Migos. Like he was the one that shouldn't. Let me not say that. I'm just gonna say the one that is not here anymore. I wish he was. I wish he
Yo.
was. But I'm being honest. Like all I said was I wish the one that's not here anymore. I wish he was. He actually made a difference in things.
Yeah,
It
Offset
sucks. I
doesn't
feel like the
contribute
bad people
anything.
stay alive and stay here. That's like we don't need y'all. Lock them up, put them away. Like we don't really need them.
Yeah.
And they both are ugly. Like I can't. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But I don't know how in media people are saying that these like. how do you first of all, Offset was never attractive. I don't even think that came out of people's mouths.
No.
So that's
I've
one.
never
But
heard
then
anybody say, "Offset my type."
but for me, it's like when people say Stefan Diggs is attractive, I'm like, I don't even
I
I
don't get it.
no.
It's the same feeling I
Where
get when somebody says Chris Brown is attractive, I just don't get it. I don't
I
get it.
don't see it. I
I'm
don't
like, Chris
see it.
Brown also has, like he's, like it looks like he's, like, decrepit. Like, you know how, like, Blueface looks now versus how he looked back then? Like,
Yes.
it's like it looks like you've lost years
He's
off
like
of your
his
life from
cheeks
just
are
being.
like sunken in a little bit. Like
Yes.
they're sunken
He's
in. I
probably
know what you
though,
talk
like,
about.
he's probably a drug addict though, low key. Like, not even low key, but high key. Like, he looks like an addict. Like, he looks like somebody I can't even say that, but, like, he just looks
No,
it
but I
looks
know what you
bad.
talk about. It's like,
Yeah.
the Corpse Bride?
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah,
because, like,
that's how he looks,
when
like
you
that guy
spend
from
your
Corpse
life
Bride. Like, I know what
being
you talk
that
about.
hateful when you spend your life being that hateful, I just feel like it takes years off of your life. You don't look good, you
Mhm.
don't feel good, you're just an evil person, and you just it's bad, you hate yourself. But I also think that he probably has addiction, like, he looks like an addict. Not even try to be
I
mean,
agree.
but he looks like he is suffering from something. But
I agree. I definitely
whatever.
agree with that. And we'll never know because they're so good with hiding all of this. But there
Mhm.
is a link between, abusers. And I think it's just, you're right, it's trauma. Like women are so used to being
Yep.
abused that they're just like, not all, but there are some women that are so used to being abused. They're just like, ooh, yay. Like, he's making music. Like, it's just sad. The women that I know, all I have to
Yeah.
say is like, y'all might as well unfollow me now. Y'all might as well get rid of me now because we not going to click well. Anytime I see you post about Stefan Diggs, you're unfollowed and you're out of my life. We're done because I need to really stop. And this I guess this will be a message for the women. This is what I'm gonna say because we're reaching the end of this. Do not do not go this route. If you have trauma, go to therapy.
Mhm.
I think therapy is great. I want to start therapy. Go to therapy, go travel, do what you need to do, take care of your health, like talk to your friends. Don't support abusive men. I think that's all I can really say. Like, I don't understand it and I can't. But what I will say is that I don't want that for women. That's it. It's bizarre to me. It doesn't make sense and it'll never get into my brain about how this works.
Yeah. I think too, there's a very big, like, parasocial thing where, obviously there's a lot of women and men who support abusers in their own life, like people around them, people in their family. There's plenty of examples of that, but I think it makes it easier for people to support abusers when they are considered celebrities or influencers. They
Mhm.
have a disconnect where they don't have to believe what people tell them about these people's character, even if it's written in plain as day. Like, we've seen what people say about R. Kelly, even Diddy. People will support these people regardless of them, shooting somebody in front of them or something. Like, they will there is some kind of, like, illness, I think, that some people have where they are just so parasocially, like, attached to certain characters for some
Mhm.
reason. I don't know if it's they wanna see a part of themselves in this person, or they do for whatever reason, something some maybe nostalgic memory that is so strong and so powerful that you can't consider this person a bad person. Like, it's kinda scary, but it's very real for certain people.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. We're gonna end it here. This was great. Thanks to my bestie for joining. We're gonna try to do more of these. It is kind of late, so it's not like a popular
Yeah.
time to be up right now. But I do appreciate everyone who's come into the live, and I want to say thank you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Be respectful in the comments. Bye, you guys. Good night.
Aw.